Me personally, I suppose I kind of like narrative, or I like something that's a bit of an homage. I kind of will do one or the other. A few years back, I did a music video with Gabby Norland, who was one of your guests here, and we shot a music video called, well, it was for a song called Gentleman in Squalor, and we shot it on film, nice. And it was very much sort of Bugsy Malone homage, very sort of 1920s, 1930s vintage costumes.
Wow.
Quite a lot of work went into the art department and the costumes for that. And that was before the whole sort of Great Gatsby scene took off. So I like to think I'm a little bit before the times with certain things, you know. I'm suddenly realizing this as I'm speaking to you, that we were a bit early with that.
I've started a whole
Shit! Oh my God, I'm a genius!
She's brilliant. She's brilliant. Super talented DOP. I really like that aesthetic. It kind of gives you opportunity to sort of flesh out what's right at the heart of their story, I guess.
Exactly.
And that can be really tricky.
Exactly.
It's like the hardest thing for a screenwriter to do. You know,
exactly.
That little elevator.
Which is what I was telling you and others on the panel. It's, you know, I'm a great fan of short form. You know, I don't. Some people look down on commercials in this industry. I've noticed it. You know, I've heard a lot of those kind of attitudes. But for me, on the contrary, I find it incredibly worthwhile learning experience, because whether it's a product or whether it's a book, as in book trailers, it's having to condense that into a really, really short space, which is 30 seconds or 40 seconds or whatever it might be. And learning that discipline as a director, I think, is invaluable, as well as working, of course, with clients and agencies and all of the above. So that's a really good learning curve. And I'm sure whatever I go on to do in future, it will stand me in very good stead.
Yeah. What guidance and advice, sort of conclusive advice, would you give?
I don't think I could give any particularly original advice, but more than anything is just to sort of follow your heart. Maybe one thing that, you know, especially I think when you're starting out, is I think there's too much of a tendency, and people do this in general in life, to focus on the end result rather than enjoy the process.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I do feel that filmmaking for me is a process rather than end result. I've got, of course, my eye on the ball, and I know where I want to get to, but I think if you just focus on that and you're blinkered to what's happening along the way, you miss a lot. Because you know, there's so many times on a film set, because I've been relaxed, because I've been well prepared, because I've been in tune with my DOP, you know, there's a moment where he or she's just wanted to run a bit wild, and you can feel they're getting into that zone, and you're thinking, yeah, let them go, you know. And I'll step away very quietly and just let them shoot their hearts out. And then, you know, often that's when you get your best shots. You can get some absolute magic from that. And I think that's a skill, but it's a very easy one to acquire if you just learn to relax a bit on set and enjoy the process of filmmaking.
I like that. That's really good. No, thanks. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're
and
very
seeing
welcome.
us on this very hot day in England, 32 degrees.
Never happens. Might as well enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.